Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for joining me. I'm Rebecca Abraxas. Today we're talking about brainwashing to get to the new paradigm. Brainwashing for the new paradigm. So, guys, we're shifting. We're shifting into a whole new way of living and being. The vibration of the planet is rising. You might have heard terms like third dimension, 3D, going into 5D. What happened to 4? Well, we're in the process of going from 3 to 5, and a lot of us are in 4, and it's a really uncomfortable space. So we're trying to get people from 3 to 5 as quickly as possible. And to do that, we have to really take a look at our subconscious mind, our programming that has come from parenting, from culture, the collective culture. These thoughts and belief systems are imperative to how we create our lives. And so, since how we're creating and energy shifting and frequencies are raising and DNA is changing, so does our old programming. So today I really want to talk about number one, kind of the old programming and kind of some of the messaging that we've been brainwashed with, and then go into new programming. What's going to work for this new paradigm? All right, so let's dive in. So you may or may not know that our conscious reality is only about 5%. And our subconscious reality kind of has the rest of the 95%. And I'm curious, maybe there's something in between there, like a pre-conscious, because I think that there's something that we kind of remember, but it's not totally conscious, and it's totally not subconscious, or we're kind of like totally kind of unaware about it. So, and then there's another thing called the superconscious, and that's our authentic self, our God spark, our infinite beingness. So there's kind of like 4, I think, the conscious, the pre-conscious, the subconscious, and the superconscious. And the reason I bring that up is because in our new paradigm, it's almost like the superconscious can start to brainwash the subconscious. And I think that's kind of cool. So, first off, is what lives in our subconscious right here, right now. Now, in the collective right now, we're seeing just a lot of things come alive, right? I wrote down some programming that we might have lived and heard and aligned with and absorbed in our upbringing. Things like money doesn't grow on trees, or it's a white man's world, or children should be seen, not heard. Success only happens with really hard work. Money is the root of all evil, and money doesn't create happiness. Or this or that condition will get you there, or this or that condition is to be feared, or so just things like this. This is old programming that, consciously we're like, oh, I don't live from there. But when we really dive into the subconscious, it's kind of there. It's a frequency that's kind of playing there. Okay. I've worked with a lot of people on the kids should be seen, not heard. I work with a lot of adults who that's kind of in their pre-consciousness. Okay, they kind of are aware that it's there, and they kind of realize that their conscious lives are really affected by that. But some of the things I mentioned here is deep in the subconscious, and we may have no idea that we've been brainwashed to think of this stuff. I feel like that's where current day racism lives too. Like, there's a lot of really subconscious messaging that is living in us, and then we're acting from something and we don't know exactly why. In this way, it's almost inherited, right? Not like DNA wise, but like one energetic belief system gets handed down to the next. So, I mean, there's so much programming of limitation that has happened in the old paradigm. Now we are shifting to the new paradigm. And this is quite a shift because we're really used to being able to brainwash people. we're really used to manipulating people and with frequencies of words, right? Parents rely on this. And unfortunately, I'm a parent too. I mean, I've used it, but unfortunately, it's not going to really work for much longer, or it's going to like do a kickback and kind of make your life harder. So, what is the brainwashing for the new paradigm? The way I see this is that we need to clear the old programs first. All right. And the brainwashing that needs to happen is really through God source or the super conscious. Asking the super conscious to have kind of a strong talk with the subconscious. And the reason this works is because we're asking it to. We are choosing. The thing is like we have free will on this planet as human beings. And as soon as we ask free will to do something and have this intention and open every cell of our body to say yes to something, then it's so. So the superconscious just starts to kind of hang out until we say, hey, we're ready now. So the superconscious ears are perked up and they're like, all right, let's do this. So really, what's going to happen in the new paradigm is be aware that people, places, and things and thought forms don't have to land inside your psyche anymore. Okay, you can make that choice for yourself to say, no, I'm gonna feel this awareness. I'm gonna feel what I'm aware of now and then take in what I want. And that's the cool part about the new paradigm. And that the superconscious is the voice you're asking to brainwash you. And brainwash feels kind of like, I don't really like that word really, but it's kind of like what's happening. It's like, we've been brainwashed in the past unconsciously, not realizing we're taking on certain frequencies that are limiting us, limiting our possibilities. So when this higher frequency that's just raising up on the planet of the superconscious, and we're saying, you know what, I want more of that, please, cancel some of my old programming out, asking the superconscious to come in and, just clear and cut this programming, we get to be more free. We get to have more brilliant possibilities. We get to have more awareness. We get to live moment to moment with choice, awareness, and possibility. We get to be and know and do. And so this is kind of the crossover that's happening, is that the old paradigm is thinking, emoting, and feeling. Okay? That's kind of how we've navigated our way on the planet. That's the old paradigm. We're coming over here and we're going to start being and knowing and doing more. And so this is kind of a shift because some of us, honestly, I'm just going to say it, we're addicted to our emotions. A lot of us are so attached to the experience of our emotions to the point of it's just limiting our ability to expand, our ability to raise our frequency, our ability to come into this new paradigm. And so what's going to happen? We have to really take a look at how we are navigating with our thoughts and emotions. They're a tool, but really we're making them way bigger than they need to be for our own good and our own possibilities. So, what are the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are going to be beneficial to the new paradigm? It's going to be lightness and heaviness. Feeling good, not feeling good. That's kind of all we need. That's all we need in the new paradigm, because we're going to be increasing our intuition and increasing our awareness. So tapping into all the grades of how we don't feel good, really just when we define something more and more and more and more and more, and fine tune and define everything, it becomes more real, and we become more attached to it, and we identify with it. So in the new paradigm, that's not going to happen anymore. It's just, oh, I don't feel good. Okay, I'm just going to be, it's not bypassing. It's, I don't feel good. I'm just going to be with this. And then it's an indicator that some other frequencies coming in from wherever it's coming in, and you get to choose a different frequency, your super conscious frequency. So what's happening right now is that a lot of people have a lot of points of view about emotions and how to process them and holding on to them. And that's a choice, and that's fine. So we can live, the cool part about reality right now, we get to choose where we want to live. You can stay in this paradigm, the 3D paradigm, and you can stay having this reality with thoughts, feelings, and emotions. It's perfectly fine. And then you can be in the interim, in the 4th dimension, and just kind of go back and forth and, you know, be swept back and forth with your with energies. It's a real chaotic place. Or you can kind of come over here to the 5th dimension, 6th dimension, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th dimension. And that's where things are going to get a lot easier. And there's going to be way less suffering. And this is where this new paradigm of knowing, being, and doing is going to come into play. And this is where your choice will open up to more awareness. Your awareness will bring up more possibilities for you to make another choice and have more awareness. And with this choice and awareness, you're going to feel the space that comes before emotions. You're going to sense all that before the emotions even happen. And there's a sense of presence that's coming in the new paradigm that lets you be aware of this and then just slough it off, really like you're going to have so much alignment with your light being and with the super consciousness that once like you don't feel good, you're like, oh, this is what I need to be, know, and do. Oh, okay, boom, out, expand back out. It's so quick. It's so quick. In the old paradigm, holding on to these emotions is not quick. It's like driving one of those old cars from way back when, right? And of course, that's a choice. People love driving those old cars. It's, nostalgic, sit with yourself and hold your feelings and, be nostalgic. But, in the 5th dimension and above, you get to be like, boom, expand it out. So, are you going to let your superconscious brainwash your subconscious so that you can have less suffering and more lightness in your experience? So at this point, it starts becoming just a choice. Okay? So hell yeah, I'm going to make this choice. Superconscious, will you come brainwash my subconscious to this new paradigm, to ways that's going to have more lightness and less suffering? Okay? The old way too is going into that subconscious and kind of bringing it all out, putting it on the table, seeing where it came from in the timeline, processing it. I mean, it's just kind of like a really old program, and it is takes a lot of time. And like the old paradigm of like, let's process together, let's process all of this. That's just not, it doesn't have to be that way. And of course, just like people like, the old cars, like if you like that system and that's fun for you to be on the planet with, keep choosing it. That's fine. that is completely fine. But, for the people that, realize that there's a new model, there's an upgrade, you get to choose now. You get to choose that now too. So isn't that cool that now we have a choice? So, all right. So just to recap, there is a shifting and a new paradigm, and the superconscious is going to brainwash the subconscious if you choose, and let go of all that old programming. And we're going to let go of thoughts, feelings, and emotions and go more into the paradigm of being, knowing, and doing. Choosing, having awareness, and having possibility. So it's kind of it's a little shift, and you get to choose if you want to jump in or not. So let's have some Q&A. Any questions about this? Any comments about this? Just put them in the comments section, and we'll continue the conversation. There's a lot of different ideas in this video, I know, so I'm happy to just continue the conversation and even make another video if you guys want. All right, so, and as usual, if you want to subscribe with more consciousness ideas and tips and practices, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you. And have a beautiful, beautiful day.